Welcome again to the continuation on the equality of vectors that I started with you in the previous videos. In the previous videos, we started learning about equality of vectors and we've done a detailed explanation on it, and also we've solved some examples on it as well. And I hope you understood it and you enjoy the lesson as well. So this is a continuation to solve another example with you so that you get a better understanding of it. So this is example 3, as you can see from the board. So it means we've already done example 1 and 2 in the previous videos, and I will encourage you to watch the previous videos, because the previous videos lays the foundation, okay, the basic knowledge and understanding that you need about the equality of vectors. I've done all those explanations in the previous videos, particularly the first video, okay, so just do well to watch them so that you can get a good foundation and understanding to be able to handle this session as well. And please don't forget to like the video and also share them after watching. And if you are watching for the first time, please do all to follow the page and also subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the question that I have on the board. Let's read it together and proceed to solve. Okay, so now it says that if vector p equals to 3x plus 7y, 2x plus 2y, and vector q equals to s plus 3, y minus 1, find s and y if p and q are equal vectors. Okay, we are being asked to find s and y if p and q are equal vectors, that is equality of vectors, which I've explained into details in the previous video. So we are going to apply that knowledge to handle this one as well. Okay, so now let me read for the last time and let's proceed to solve it together. It says that if vector p equals to 3x plus 7y, 2x plus 2y, and vector q equals to s plus 3, y minus 1, find s and y if p and q are equal vectors. Okay, so that's the condition given for us to find the values of s and y if p and q are equal vectors. And when we say p and q are equal vectors, it means that we can equate corresponding components, because for equal vectors, it means that the corresponding components are the same. Okay, so let me go ahead and write down my solution and let's do it together. Okay, so the condition given is that p and q are equal vectors. It means I can write that the vector p equals to vector q. I hope you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so now I'll have that my p, vector p, equals to vector q, because it says p and q are equal vectors. Okay, so now we have been given the value of vector p and also the value of vector q, so we are just going to input them in this equation, okay, and equate corresponding components and solve for the values of s and y. So let's do exactly that. So my p is given to be 3s plus 7y, 2s plus 2y, okay, equal to, you bring your equal sign. I hope you are following and you understand up to this point. And I have my vector q is given to be s plus 3, y minus 1. Okay, so in place of the q, I'll put my value of vector q there, which is s plus 3, y minus 1. Okay, so from here, we just equate corresponding components. Why? Because the vector p is equal to vector q. For that reason, it means the corresponding components are equal. We can equate them. Okay, so when I take the s plus 7y, I will equate it to s plus 3 and proceed to solve. And when I take the 2s plus 2y, I will equate it to y minus 1. Then I'll solve as well. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Okay, 3s plus 7y equals to s plus 3. So I have that my 3s plus 7y will be equal to s plus 3. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. From here, we just need to group like terms. Okay, let's group like terms. We'll group all the common values at one side. Okay, so let this s cross the equal sign to come and join the 3s, which is here. So I'll have 3s minus s plus the 7y equals to 3. I hope you understand up to this point. 3s minus s into give 2s, then bring your plus 7y equals to 3. And you can see that from here we have an equation which contains two variables. Look at it. 2s plus 7y equals to 3. We have variable s here, we have variable y here. So this is an equation that contains two variables. So it's obvious that we are going to apply simultaneous equation to solve for the values of s and y. I hope you agree with me. And also, I've already taught you simultaneous equation. Okay, we treated simultaneous equation as a full topic. Okay, so just search for my videos that I've done on simultaneous equation either on Facebook or YouTube. You get them so that you watch it to get the understanding that you need to be able to handle this aspect, because you are going to apply the knowledge on simultaneous equation. Okay, so I'm going to name this as equation 1. Okay, so I have 2s plus 7y equals to 3. So I'll name this one as equation 1. And I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Then we'll proceed also and go ahead and equate the down part as well. So I'll take my 2s plus 2y equals to y minus 1. Okay, then equate them as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So I have that my 2s plus 2y will be equal to y minus 1. Again, we just need to group like terms. Okay, so I have my 2s here plus my 2y. This y will cross to come and join this, so minus y equals to negative 1. Okay, so I have my 2s, 2y minus y into give plus y equals to negative 1. So I'll name this one as equation 2. And I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. You can see that we are having equation which contains two variables. Okay, so from here we have equation 1, we have equation 2. So we are going to apply the simultaneous equation here. I've taught you already. So you are going to apply that knowledge here to solve for s and y. Okay, I'm going to use the substitution method. I taught you both the substitution method and the elimination method. So anyone that you are comfortable with, you can use it and you get the same answer. Okay, but I want to use the substitution method. Okay, so now from the two equations, we can see that we have equation 1, we have equation 2. So from the two equations, you can choose to make any variable the subject from any of the equations that you want. Okay, and I'll choose to start with equation 1. So I'll say that from equation 1, I want to make s the subject. Someone can choose to start with the equation 2. You get the same answer. Okay, I just want to start with the equation 1. I want to make s the subject. If someone also starts with the equation 1 and choose to make y the subject, you get the same answer. Okay, so let's proceed. So I'll say that from equation 1, making s the subject, Okay. Okay, so from equation 1, making S the subject. Okay, making S the subject means that I want to make S stand alone. I've taught you change of subject as well. Okay, so we are applying all those knowledge here. Okay, so now let's go ahead. So I have that my 2S plus 7Y equals to 3, and I want to make S the subject, meaning that S is going to stand alone. I want to make S stand alone. So everything which is attached to S, I'm going to move it away. So the first step is that I'll move the 7Y away. So I have my 2S will be equal to 3 minus 7Y. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. And for me to get my S, I'll divide through by the coefficient of S, which is the 2. So I'll divide here by 2 and here also by 2, so that this and this will cancel. So I'll have that my S equals to 3 minus 7Y all over 2. Okay, I need more space to continue. Okay, so let me clean a portion of the board so that we can continue from there. Okay, I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, so let me clean this side so that we can have enough space to continue. Okay, so I just clean this one from there. So now from here I have my S equals to this. So let me write it down. So I have that my S equals to 3 minus 7Y all over 2. And now I will name this one as equation 3. I hope you understand up to this point. So from the equation 1, we've made S the subject, which is giving us this, and you name it equation 3. Now what we do is that we go and substitute the equation 3 into equation 2. Okay, now the mistake that most students make is that they will still go and put this equation 3 into equation 1. We cannot do that because it's from equation 1 that you made as the subject, which is now giving you equation 3. So that equation 3, you cannot go and put it back into equation 1. You need to put it into equation 2 instead. That's how you handle it. Okay, so that's the right thing to do. So we are going to put equation 3 into equation 2. So I'll write putting equation 3 into equation 2. Okay, so when I come to equation 2, which is the 2S plus Y equals to -1, wherever I see S, I'll put this whole value there, which is 3 minus 7Y all over 2. Okay, so let's progress. Let me clean here so that we can continue. Okay, so the equation 2, I have 2S plus Y equals to -1. So wherever I see S, I'm going to put this value there. Okay, I hope you understand up to this point. So I have my 2 here and I'm seeing S. The 2 and the S, they are multiplying. So the best way to write it is to bring a bracket to show that they are multiplying. So bring your 2, bring a bracket, then I'll input the value of S, which is 3 minus 7Y all over 2. You close your bracket. Then bring your plus Y, which is here, equals to -1. Okay, so from here we go ahead and simplify further. Okay, these 2 and these 2 will cancel away. So what I have left here is 3 minus 7Y plus Y equals to -1. I hope you understand up to this point. Okay, so this becomes a simple linear equation to solve for Y. I need more space, so let me clean a portion of the board so that we can continue, and I hope you understand up to this point. So we've reached here. Let me clean this side so that we can proceed and solve for the value of Y. So we just need to group like things. So I will have my -7Y plus Y equals to my -1 is there. Then I'll let this +3 cross the equal sign to go and join it, so it becomes -3. I hope you understand up to this point. Now negative 7y plus y is going to give negative 6y equals to negative 1 minus 3 is going to give negative 4. I hope you understand and you agree with me. Okay, so now I need more space again. Okay, so let me clean a portion of the board so that we can continue. Okay, so now take note of the equation 2. Okay, the equation 2 is given to be 2x plus y equals to negative 1. Okay, I need more space. That's why I have to clean it. So let me write it somewhere so that we can easily remember. So let me write it here. So I have 2x plus y equals to negative 1. That is the equation 2. Okay, so that I can clean it so that we have more space to solve for the value of y, okay, from this equation. So let's continue from here. So to get my y from here, I'll divide through the equation by the coefficient of y, which is negative 6. So I'll divide here by negative 6, here also by negative 6. Okay, so that the negative will cancel this negative, this 6 and this 6 will cancel away, negative and this negative will cancel away. So the 4 and the 6 we can simplify using 2. So 2 goes here, 2 goes here, 3. So you have your y equals to 2 over 3. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so now we are going to put y into any of the 3 equations to solve for the value of s as well. Okay, so when you put this y equals to 2 over 3 into equation 1 or equation 2 or equation 3, you can so get the value of s as well. Okay, I prefer to use equation 3, okay, because the equation 3 I've already made s the subject from there. Okay, so any approach that you want to use, you'll get the same answer. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, so now looking at the equations that I have, I think using the equation 2 will be much simple. Okay, so instead of using the equation 3, I'll use the equation 2. If you use the equation 3, you get the same answer. If you use the equation 1, you get the same answer. If you use the equation 2, you get the same answer. Okay, so I'm going to use the equation 2. So I'll say that putting y equals to 2 over 3 into equation 2. Okay, so the equation 2, let me write the equation 2 down. The equation 2 is 2s plus y equals to negative 1. Okay, so wherever I see s in this equation, wherever I see y in this equation, I'll put the value of y there so that I can solve for s. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I have my 2s, I'll repeat my 2s plus y. Okay, what's the value of y? 2 over 3. So I'll put my 2 over 3 there equals to negative 1. Okay, now I can see it's not really clear, so let me clean it and write it also. 2 over 3. I hope you can see it now. Good. Okay, so 2s plus 2 over 3 equals to negative 1. And this also becomes a simple linear equation to solve for the value of s. Okay, what do? Anytime you have a linear equation that contains a fraction, what you do is to multiply through by the LCM. Okay, I've taught you this in the previous video, so we are applying that knowledge here. So let me clean some portion of the board again so that we can proceed and solve for the value of s. Okay, so let me clean this side, and I hope you understand up to this point. So I'm going to multiply through this equation by the LCM. The LCM is 3. Okay, how do you know the LCM? You just use the values at the denominator to get the LCM. The only value we have at the denominator here is 3, so the LCM is 3. So we are going to multiply through the equation by 3. So this is one term, this is another term, this is another term. So I'll multiply each term in the equation by the LCM, which is 3. Okay, so let's go ahead. So it's going to be 3 times 2s, I hope you understand up to this point, plus 3 times 2 over 3 equals to 3 times negative 1. Okay, so the bracket means multiplication. Okay, so I hope you understand up to this point. Let's go ahead and simplify further. Okay, this 3 and this 3 can cancel away. Okay, so I have 3 times 2s, it gives 6s, then plus 2 equals to 3 times negative 1, it gives negative 3. So group like them, so my 6s will be equal to negative 3 minus 2. So I have my 6s will be equal to negative 5. How do I get my s? I divide through the equation by the coefficient of s, which is the 6. So I divide here by 6, here also by 6. This and this will cancel away. So I have my s to be equal to negative 5 over 6. Okay, so these are my final answers. Okay, so my s is equals to negative 5 over 6 and my y equals to 2 over 3. I hope the explanation was clear enough and you understood it as well. Okay, so this is how to handle equality of vectors. Okay, please don't forget to like the video and also share them after watching. And if you are watching for the first time, please follow the page and also subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I'll see you again in another video whilst we handle other aspects of the vectors. Bye bye.